is asleep already in the back. As you can see, oh, he's awake. Oh, he's just readjusting. Tonight I thought I would just do some whisper rambling, just discuss a few things here and there, while having a little snack. Some seaweed. stars. Everything's bleak. Nothing's gonna work, and it's just like, and I'm sitting there at the bar at work, and I'm like, what is happening right now? And I start feeling the cloud, the cage come over my head. And I start to feel it, and then I just like snapped out of it, and I was like, whatever. I just got up and walked away and circled the floor a couple of times just to stay busy. But it's very strange that it's happened like that. It's strange what the mind does. It's strange to seemingly have so little control over your mind sometimes. It's scary to think what your mind can do and where your mind can go. You want to see if Dennis wants a snack? Let's see. Last time he was too sleepy to acknowledge the snacks. Let's see if he wants one this time. Such a sweetie. I don't know if I've mentioned it, but Dennis is not a fan of cats. And tonight, he was looking at the cat through the window, like nose to nose through the window, and he was very upset he couldn't get in. I'm trying very hard to teach him to be nice. But old habits die hard, I guess. One day you'll be friends with all the creatures. Okay, maybe not squirrels and rabbits and such, but at least cats and other dogs. It's really such a shame that he was taught whatever he was taught before I found him. Because he's the perfect dog. But he doesn't get along with other animals. He doesn't bark. He's not food aggressive. He's not toy possessive or aggressive. He has a really great recall. He listens really well. He understands things. He picks up on my moods for sure. And especially being around other people's dogs, it really highlights just what an amazing dog he is. I kind of hope we get more snow. I'd like to see a couple more legitimate snowstorms before the end of the winter season. I just realized I should have started the video. I should have put that there and been like, oh, seaweed. Oh. like 6 months. So I'm probably gonna go out to dinner too many times and make some nice dinners too. It'll be nice. Dennis will have some company and a new face to see. I'm sure he'll enjoy that. Should be a nice relaxing week. But by the time you guys see this, all that fun will be over and it'll be time for the weekend again. So I hope you guys have a good weekend. While I'm there hustling. I will say it is starting to get kind of, I believe I've said this, it's weird doing these videos because sometimes I forget what I said in other videos and I don't want to repeat myself over and over, but it is getting a bit old, constantly working the weekend nights. You know, I would like to go out and socialize and, you know, I don't want to be a weekday hermit all the time, but it's just the way it is for now. But the good news is that I am back looking at tiny houses a lot and real estate, rental homes and stuff like that in Nashville, so I'm starting to get geared up about that again, despite a couple of backslides I've had. But I've kind of started a little routine where in the morning when I get up, whether I'm going to the gym or not, I'll have coffee, and while I'm having my coffee, I just watch tiny house videos. things change.